It's time to be kind with Marley Q.
Because the time to be kind to ourselves, each other, and the world is now. 1, 2, 3. Well, hello, Parker. I'm Marley Q. We may not know each other yet, but if you're making time to be kind with me right now, I know one thing about you. You're a person who performs acts of random kindness, and that makes you a Parker. Perhaps it's the only thing you need to know about me, too. And well, one more thing. I love acronyms. I've actually been called a serial acronymist, as in someone who creates and uses way too many acronyms. So you'll want to listen closely and maybe even have a pen and paper handy because you'll be speaking my lingo in no time. This podcast was created for you and all the Parkers who are using their superpower of kindness in small and big ways to make the world a better place every day. And just in case you don't believe you're a Parker yet, stay with me. My goal is that this podcast will inspire you to become one in no time. Here's my promise to you. If you make time to be kind with me every Wednesday, my intention is for each episode to inspire and ignite your superpower of kindness by sharing personal stories, insightful interviews, and valuable tips to enrich every area of your life with the currency of kindness. My mission is simply to be the spark that inspires people to park, because I believe that together we can create a world where everyone performs acts of random kindness. Yep, I just dropped 2 more acronyms on you and our hashtag for the movement. So remember it, hashtag we park. We perform acts of random kindness. Because you see, it's not up to me to change the world. It's up to we and the innate power we all have to be the spark of kindness no matter who you are, where you were born, how old you are, how much money, education, or resources you think you have or don't have. After dedicating over a decade of my life to being the spark through public speaking, teaching, and creating hundreds of philanthropic events in South Florida, this podcast is my next humble yet boldest attempt to create the kind of ripple effect I believe our world desperately needs. And why boldest? Well, this podcast has been a calling that I've ignored and put away on my shelf for about 3 years before I worked up the courage to get started. And I could give you a dozen reasons, excuses, why, but the bottom line is I was scared. And I was paralyzed by self-doubt and anxiety and overwhelmed by perhaps the biggest lie that most of us tell ourselves. I don't have time. Maybe you can relate? I finally decided that time is no longer an excuse for not following my heart's desire. Time just became another acronym that I secretly baked into the title of this podcast. This is my experience. Because if it's one thing my life has taught me, time and time again, it's this. There's always time to be kind to ourselves, each other, and the world. We just have to make the time. This is my experience. No act of kindness, no matter how small, is ever wasted. And to be clear, this isn't a podcast where I'm just going to share my favorite acronyms and quotes, although fair warning, I most certainly will. But I'm not here to simply preach the philosophy of kindness. I'm more interested in learning the science of kindness, and more importantly, in sharing how we can make the practice of kindness a part of our daily lifestyle and culture as one mankind. Because I firmly believe that kindness has the power to transform our inner world, outer world, and the whole world when we park together. This is why I'm so excited that you're here, and I'm looking forward to being on this journey together. So if you're ready to become a quote-unquote official Parker and join our growing community of people who perform acts of random kindness worldwide, then welcome to my kind crew. It's super quick and free to join. Just go on my website at marleyq.com and click Join My Kind Crew. You're going to want to do that because you'll be the first to know when each episode launches, and you'll be eligible for free podcast prizes and giveaways. And while you're there, if you want to learn more about me, you can check out my About page, which also has a link to my TED Talk titled Kindness is Your Superpower. Thank you for listening. If you're inspired to make a little more time to be kind, please subscribe, leave a kind review, and share with a friend who would appreciate this podcast too. Thank you for being the spark of kindness. See you next time.